So we're going to start with the sloka, and then we'll sing a little bit of the Dawn is Rising song. An announcement, Anant is going to be presenting at the Ramana Shrine on Prani Mitra Day, which is June 29th. And we did it last year as a Raise Family Immersion offering. So this time I suggested to Ujjwal, can we just record something from the class and share it at that presentation. And since many of the children seem to like Dawn is Rising, we'll practice that song. We started on Thursday with Ujjwal, and we're going to do a little bit today also. Then we'll go on to the folding circles. And then Deepa's here, and I'll just let her introduce herself. She's a mandala artist, and she's started teaching Anant mandala. And she'll be doing a session for next week. So I just let her introduce herself, and just so she, you can all meet her. And she'll join us next week for a session on mandala. So over to you, Deepa.
Hello, I'm Deepa, and also you can call me Lakshmi, whichever way. I'm actually a mandala artist, and mandala. I started practicing only for the fact that it helps the mind, body, and soul. Basically, it helps the mind to get yourself connected to the art, and mandala art is a very spiritual kind of an art form which you can see in the temples. It is also like it has similarities with the rangoli pattern that you have, if you have noticed, but it is not rangoli. The actual intricate designs of mandala is quite different, but the formation of mandala is something that you all can, it's easier for you all to understand if you see a rangoli pattern, or if you observe the top of a temple, on inside the temple, if you see the art, you will see circular patterns and some flowers inside it and painted and all that. That is nothing but mandala. It's all the formation of mandala art. And mandala is nothing but, if you see, have you all seen a Shri Chakram? How many of you all know what is a Shri Chakram? Anybody in the group? Yes, no?
I have seen that on some occasions, no, ma'am, like doing big pujas in the temple, no? They put it.
Yes. Have you seen Lalita Devi, goddess Lalita Devi?
Yeah.
Just give me a minute. I will show you what a Shri Chakram is, to show all of you what a Shri Chakram is. Why I'm saying this is, mandala is originated from Shri Chakram. That is why mandala is also called as the meditative art form. The reason being, it is all originated from spirituality and from our ancient texts. So this is too much of a detail, but I just want you all to know what exactly, how mandala originated and how they started forming patterns, and how rangoli originated. It is all from this Shri Chakram, and then it got diversified into rangoli pattern. Then it got diversified into specific art form called mandala. And in Buddhism, they everyone practices mandala in a very people who are very, very mentally down or they don't go into any kind of a treatment or whatsoever, because they also believe that art is a form of it's a deviation to all these mental illness. So in Buddhism, they practice mandala to make their mind get connected. So I'll show you what is a Shri Chakram, so you can all have a look at it. I'll take a pic and I will send it in the group. But then So, this is a Sri Chakram. You must have all seen it in the temple if you have noticed. Is everyone aware of this pattern?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Does it sound similar?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
So,
I have a
yes.
doubt, ma'am. Like for this kind of children, we
Yeah.
usually I have heard people saying, like when doctors saying, like where when you ask them to paint, so ask
Yeah.
them to paint big sheet, big thing. So when you put a small circle or square, ask them to paint it inside that small area. So their mind, like, it get clumsy. So ask them to paint in a big sheet, big area. Okay, so that mind expands. So they don't
Yeah.
don't but in this case, Mandela is also very like too much many intricate details are there, no? So
See,
will that affect their mind in a negative
definitely
way?
see, not in a negative way. See, the intricate designs of there are different types of mandalas, I should say. So those intricate patterns and all comes at a very advanced stage. So basically, if you just take a normal mandala pattern, like as you all are doing this folding thing, right? So in the folding project itself, you have small squares or diagonal designs, whatever happening, right? In some foldings, you have some small intricate shapes also happening, right? So it doesn't in any way deviate their mind. It only like when you get one segment of the mandala, you will be able to form the other segment of the mandala. It is all interrelated. And at the beginning stage, you will not have a very intricate design in mandala. These things are all very intricate and a little more advanced, because this all has some calculations in this. But general mandala designs for kids and for the mental connect, there are very simple constructions that are available. So it just depends on how we take and what we take and how we do it.
So thank you, Deepa.
And
Actually,
I'm
it's a
also
good question because there's also how you enter this process. So when we started, this is almost 20 years back when Anand started folding circles. So he has actually come to Mandala about 20 years after exploration of the circle in a tactile way. And how we got interested in mandalas, I was just, surfing something and I came across some mandala and I hadn't really been very familiar with it. And because he had folded so much, something just clicked for me. I said, since he enjoys folding circles, he might enjoy mandala as well. So that's another possibility. You may enter this door through folding, through a tactile exploration, explore the circle, and then you may, gradually come to mandala later. So this is a lifelong thing, right? I mean, we can enter anywhere. We can, in fact, for younger children, maybe the folding, the tactile experience might be very important as well. So what our project right now is, what Anant and I are spending a lot of time every day is on integrating folding and mandala. And the reason we are doing that is Anant is very used to folding. It's easy for him. He's been doing it for a long time and he knows how it works. He's never really drawn circles with a compass. He's always folded circles. And we can also create a lot of beautiful three-dimensional structures. So I think we can also take mandala in a more three-dimensional direction over time. So where we have entered this process, so what I'm trying to say is everyone's going to enter this in their own way. So let's get started today, and Deepa will be here, and glad you asked that question so she can keep that in mind. So she'll be here for the next session on Sunday at 10 a.m. And so let's get started today with what we had for today and do a little bit of folding. We've been sharing some of our folded mandalas where Deepa has been guiding us with some of the patterns, and then we try to see how to put it into the folded circle. So you can all join us in this exploration. If you start with the folding, you can explore in any way that you like. And I know some of the parents themselves are interested in exploring this. So I encourage parents to explore. Don't immediately worry about what your child is going to do. So you explore freely. When you explore freely, you will find a pathway, doorway in for your child as well. So Anant, start with the sloka and let's get going.
Dakshinamurti Sarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Ramanacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Shuklambaradharam Vishnu Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadhanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantayet Angikam Bhuvanam Yasya Vajikam Sarva Vangmayam Aharyam Chandrataradi Tam Numasatvikam Shivam.
Lavanya, want to join us for the dawn is rising and is Daksh not there? Let me-
Yes.
Okay. Ritesh, did you also do dawn is rising? Okay, so let's all sing it together. And if you can join on one Thursday, Muthukumari, we'll see if you can be part of that singing, or we'll see if you can
I'll
do.
try to change the timing, ma'am. I'll try to change the
Okay,
timing.
okay. Otherwise, I'll try to invite Ujjwal for a Sunday session, and we can record it on a Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
Dawn is rising on Aruna hill, sweet Ramana come, Arunachala come. Dawn is rising on Aruna hill, sweet Ramana come, Arunachala come. In the bush, a koel sings. In the bush, a koel sings. Dear Master Ramana, come. Lord of knowledge, come. Lord of knowledge, come.
Dawn is rising on Aruna hill, sweet Ramana come, Arunachala come.
Conch flows, the stars are dim. The conch flows, the stars are dim. Sweet Ramana, come. Lord God of gods, come. The crows call, the birds chirp. The crows call, the birds chirp.
It is already done.
Come, come. Darkness is
Come.
Dawn is rising on Aruna hill, sweet Ramana come, Arunachala come.
Okay, so there's one more paragraph. We're not doing that today. All of you, if you can review it, we'll record it maybe next week, and we'll play it on the Prani Mitra Day. Yes? Will you all record it? Will you all practice it? Okay. Okay, so now we'll go to folding. Anant, you want to start?
Yes.
Okay. So there are many things you can use for folding. We've used paper plates. We have also used these we used to get in the US, these kind of paper plates. Here we end up getting more like this. And we also used to buy a lot of these paper circles, white and colored. Each one is different. Anant likes to use a lot of color pencils. He used to use, so all these materials matter. He used to love coloring with these Lyra pencils, which are Waldorf. They used to recommend Lyra pencils. He used to love coloring with them. If you're using paper plates, color pencils may not work so well. So you'll have to see what you can do. But now Anant is mostly using just brush pens, and that I think will work on anything. So Anant, you want to start? So start here. We start with the, can you lift a bit? Yeah. So you start by folding the circle. And what you do is you take any point on the circle and touch it to any other point on the circle. So this is your first step. And we saw this last time, you have to take your own time. Anant is a lot more patient. You have to really crease this well if the shapes have to come well. Okay. So Anand never was very interested in origami. He somehow took to circle folding. I think they're different in terms of the experience, just like there is so much in the visual arts, but mandala is supposed to be very, very calming. I think the same with circle folding. Somehow it's very calming activity because you always start with the first fold. Mostly from the first fold, we go to the three folds. And from there, we go to different things like tetrahedron, star, and so many different things you can make. But you get really used to it. So first, it takes a little time before you get good at this first set of folds. So after you do this is an important one. You go to 1/3. So basically, this is about a third. Can everyone see that? So this is the fold there. So, you take this edge and this point, and you bring it so you have about equal. So this is where the accuracy really helps. And it takes a little time, to get it right. So that's why I suggested last week for 1 week, just practice this folding and then the rest becomes easier. And then once you've done that, take this point and fold it back like that. I haven't done it very accurately. So Anand, you show yours. Okay. So one trick is don't crease it too tight in the beginning because if you make an error, it's easy to adjust. Okay. So Lavanya, I saw that you tried the tetrahedron last week. So this time I'll show you a star. Okay, they're very similar only. So when you open up, it should look like this. You should have 3 diameters. So which means you'll see that it's divided into like a pizza, right? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Does everyone get that? Okay. Now to do the star, see last time we did the tetrahedron, and Muthukumari, I'll just briefly mention, you can try that later and it's there in the recording. For the tetrahedron, what you do is you take this point, fold it to the center, skip 1 point, again take this point, fold it to the center, skip 1 point and fold it to the center. So if you take, because there are now 6 points, right? So if you take 1 point, fold it to the center, skip 1, take the next one, fold to the center, skip 1, take 1, fold to the center. When you do like that, you get an equilateral triangle. And then from there, you can see the video from last time. From there, you can take each endpoint and fold it to the opposite side. You'll get the tetrahedron. But today we'll do the star, which is a nice one for experimenting with a little bit of mandala. So what I suggest is you can all fold your star this week and practice it. And next week, when Deepa does the session on mandala, you can try to draw some mandala patterns inside of the star. Okay, so you can just continue that exploration next week. So Anand, start folding the star. For the star, what you do is each of the 6 points you can fold to touch to the center. Okay, so for example, start a little bit more accurately. So like this you will get. So each point you take and fold to the midpoint. So the point on the diameter, fold it to the middle, right? So then you do 1, and then what you can do is open that, then take the next point, fold it to the center. So you get the second point, then you do the third point. So I don't know if you can see it, but you can, once you do all the 6 points, you'll start to see a star like this. And you'll see a, Lavanya, do you know what shape this is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What is that? It's a hexagon, right? Have you seen it? Have you seen a hexagon?
No, yes, it's a hexagon. I just unmuted.
Ah, okay. I couldn't hear you. So you'll have a hexagon and you'll have the 6 triangles to make the star.
So how do we exactly do it?
So you have to take, remember when you first did the 3 folds, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Vishwanath, you've not finished yours. So when you did the 3 folds, you did the equilateral, you did the tetrahedron
Yes.
actually. Here. When did you finish all 6 so you get the star? So did you see the 6 points, Lavanya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. See, you did the 3 diameters, right? Then you get the 6 points. Okay, shall we? Okay, I can't see yours. Okay, shall we do it one more time? Okay, look.
Yes.
So you got this, right? That's a. See, when you do the first fold, what do you get? Whenever you do a fold, what happens? You open it, your circle is divided into 2 parts, right? Every time you fold by touching 2 points, and you get a diameter, right? So diameter has how many points? 1 endpoint and another endpoint, right? 1 here, 1 here. 2 points? Yeah? Then this one. Right? And then back. Right? So do you see 6 points, Lavanya? When you do this, you can count. You'll see 6, no? 1. Lavanya, can you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Take one, touch it to the middle. Take the next one, touch it to the middle. Take the third one, touch it to the middle. Yeah? So when you take all 6 points, touch them to the middle, you'll get the star.
And I got it, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Yeah. Oh, you did the tetrahedron. We'll show that later. Got it?
Yeah.
You're trying, Lavanya? Actually, there's one more step, Muthukumari, but just hold on that. There's one more step to fully finish it.
Oh.
Okay, you can try while we are waiting. What you can do is, you have the star, no? So you have the star, right? So if you can take one point of the star and you can actually fold it to the other point to get another diameter. See, you have the star point, right? You have the one end of the star and then you have another end of the star, 2 points on the star. When you join them, you'll get one more diameter. Remember, we had 3 diameters. So what will happen is, you take one point, join it to the opposite point of the star, like that. So you'll get 3 more diameters, then it will divide properly. Okay. You have the 6 points, right, on the star? See, there's 1 point on the star, another opposite point on the star. So instead of touching to the middle, you touch to the opposite side. So you all the way to the end.
Should you fold backward or?
Either way is okay. Either way is fine.
Yes. Star basic.
Yeah, from there
We
to
got
the
the
opposite
star.
side. Yes, you also got the star. Okay. So now, Lavanya, can you hold your finger on one point of the star? Yours is clearer. The silver thing is not so clear. Okay. Can you hold on the one end point of the star? Can you show one point of the star? Okay. Okay. What is the opposite to that? That one. The next one, not this. Opposite. Can you touch the opposite one?
Now can I go?
You can.
Apara
Wait.
Satchit
Okay, just 1 minute. He has to go for his piano class, so he just wants to say his sloka and go. Just 1 minute. Okay. Tell the sloka and go.
अपार सर्चित सुखवाहिराशे यस्योर्मि मात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं दं रमणं क्षीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि more Ramana.
Okay.
Is
Okay,
this
Anand,
song video recording?
Yeah. Oh, no. Let the Kripadan be there.
Here.
You take some money. Just 1 minute. You can be folding just 1 minute.
So that it's more clearly visible.
Yes. Okay, so you can count it also and see. So there is 1 point on the star, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, and then you have the 4th point. It'll be the right opposite on the star. And you can touch those to make the diameter. Or we can do this part next week. That's fine. Or I'll make a reel just to show this part. So you touch the
Ma'am,
opposite
is
point.
it? Hello?
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
am
so
I audible?
yes, I can hear you.
Oh, thank God. I was just trying to. Okay, is this, I'm just showing you, is this
Yeah.
the correct star that has come out? I'm
Sure.
just showing you.
Yeah, that looks right. Yeah.
Is this the
So,
correct star?
yeah,
That's
star
how?
is good. Yeah. And then what you'll do, Suchita, is, and I'll actually share Brad's video because he shows the whole folding. I'll check if the star is there on that. I know the tetrahedron and all are there, but
Ma'am, how many kind of foldings are there? Like, what all can we make with folding? This is
lots,
quite
lots,
interesting, actually.
lots. Brad has been folding for like 40 years or something. You can create a lot of three-dimensional structures. You can keep
Who is
going with
folding,
it.
right?
He's been folding for like, 35, 40 years he's been folding.
Sorry, who are you saying? Who is folding?
Bradford Hanson Smith. We learned from him. He's created something called Whole Movement, and I'll share the link. So, I just bought a book, thought we'll do it for a little time, but Anant loved it, so we kept doing it. So, it's just been a part of our life for a very long time. And I think, Suchita, it's also very useful because, if think about it. So, just looking back at today's session, if you're singing a song like Dawn is Rising, you're using your hands, right? Then when you're folding, you're still using your hands, right? And then if you color, paint, all of these things you're using eye hand a lot, right? And then you do the animal song, those kind of thing that bring the gross motor. You see that you're basically building in lot of your gross motor, fine motor, just naturally in a very interesting way into the day, right? And then that's what we used to do. We used to do a lot of these things throughout the day in our homeschooling days. And so writing and all just came very easily to Anant because we just did such a lot of these kind of things. So mandala is new, but we are very excited about this because Suchita, there's so much in folding, but now we are enjoying, we look at the folds and we say, oh, maybe we can draw this kind of a design here and we can draw this kind of a design here. So we are having a lot of fun trying to combine the folding and the mandala. So you can start anywhere. You can do a circle,
Actually.
you don't have to get all the way to the star. I'm just showing this more for the parents. For the children, first let them just do the 3 diameter first.
Yeah.
And also, make it very simple for them, and you can fold something and invite them to color. So there are just a lot of different possibilities. So right now, even Anant and I, what I do is he does the folding because he's used to it. Then we draw together because drawing is new. So that we do together. And then he does the coloring. So, depending on where your child is, there's just lots of different ways you can explore. The other suggestion I have, since most of you are also familiar with Ray's, create a structure like we were doing today. Maybe you start with a gross motor activity. So maybe you do like a animal song. Then maybe you do the, singing with hand movements. So now you've warmed up your body and you've done those hand movements. Then you come to a sitting down activity. So that's also partly why I did the session that way. And I think we'll do the session like this every time. We'll include some, gross motor, some, and as you get used to the folding, we'll need less time on the folding. We'll start with that. And then, from there, we'll move on to slowly, we'll see how we can integrate academic and other skills into it. So it's an overall process. This is what used to hold learning together in our homeschool, because you're creating an experience that is, comfortable for the mind and body. And then you weave in the academic learning into that. So that's the way we'll do the sessions. We'll try to weave in all of this in the sessions. And do
Uh-huh.
join us for the session by Deepa next week.
And when I do this folding, no, I feel like should be that mindfulness is coming, mindful. So what you're doing, one thing.
Yes.
One more thing is when the mother also starts take another piece of paper and sit, so there is less instruction. So I do, child sees me, do it. So less instruction, silence will be there in that place.
See, actually, you're bringing up peace. See, this is how what we have now broken up into peace. P is the presence. So when we are doing, if I have a circle and Anant has a circle and we're both folding together, we are not talking. That's what we are doing here also. He says, Amma, you talk. He doesn't want to talk. So he'll just fold, we'll both sit. And so that's actually what we can do also. And whether it's singing or whether it's folding, all of these create a different presence because you're just sitting with each other and doing something. And then color, there is so much option. I tried it even with my grandson. So I'll give him one color pencil. I'll take one color pencil, and I'll color somewhere on a mandala. And he's only 4 and he loved the mandala coloring. So I would color in one place and he'll color in another place. And we used to have a lot of fun. And then he'll take out 2 more pens and say, party 2 for you and 2 for me. And then they will themselves, expand that fun. So you can really create a lot of, low-key activities that you do together in silence, and we don't have to talk much. That shifts the presence.
Since you actually mentioned now co-regulation activities, doing it together, I tried exploring and it is actually so much fun. I can reassure to every parent that co-regulation helps a lot in the language also.
Yes.
Child sit without pressure. You explore, you talk. Child observe your language. At least my child is observing my language and trying to use it in another other way also.
Yes.
So we were doing mandala in April month. But now I think for almost a good 30-35 days, we did mandala. Literally, like regularly, we did mandala. Each day we used to do some mandala. Now she's bored of mandala. She's like, I want to explore oil pastels. So nowadays we are doing this kind of stuff. I make this. We just sit together. We just sort the colors we want to make. I give her boundaries and she does the coloring in that. I create the shape for her. She does coloring in that. Then I ask her, oil pastel, you have to just blend the colors. You have to make it soft. So I give her the cotton and I ask her to explore it more. So before that, she did that. She writes her name like this. I did this on this and this date, and artist is Ira.
Yeah.
So she loves writing it, artist Ira. So she does that. We did this also together. So it's actually so much fun. Doing it together is actually so much fun.
See,
We just sit, I don't prompt her. Like whatever you want to
exactly.
do, you do it. She just copies it. She's actually trying to copy.
See, the imitation is powerful. So what has happened is, I'm not a singer, I'm not a dancer, all of these things. So when Ujjwal used to do the class, I would resist, I would never really do any of that. But now what I've started is I've started joining. We both sing the Padigam together. You were there that earlier session. I think Bharti was there. Some of you were there. And it's so slow and it's very meditative and it's very calming. So now he himself will come.